So real quick, the super chat. Evan Beerman Burgoyne is asking if he can sleep on your couch tomorrow night.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow Thursday?
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Yeah, sure.
Apparently that is a go-ahead there.
Evan consents to you sleeping on his couch.
It's the
I got practice tomorrow night, but yeah, for sure after practice or whenever you can. Yeah, my house is your house, buddy.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
But and it's good for sponsors too, because if you have like, I don't know, whatever, you have
30-second ad spot, yeah.
Right? So it's lit up. So it's when Red Bull lights up, then it's a go. Like or whatever.
Yeah. But, no, that's it's really, really good. Well, you just mentioned practice. Let's get into training a little bit. And, are you still every other day pulling basically?
You know, it's weird. I haven't been really arm wrestling quite as much. You know, I try and just be super flexible. I'm really strong. I'm really, really strong right now. I can say that pretty confidently.
We were talking to Pork Chop last week. He said he was at your house and what you're pronating with for 50 reps was like 120 pounds or something.
Yeah, that's probably about right. The thing is like, it's a winding path, right? Like,
oh yeah.
And look, I know LEVAN is stupid strong, and as strong as I am, I know he's stronger. But I'm really trying to focus on my strength a lot. Like, I'll tell you, I go to practice now, and I feel like I'm really ahead. I'm really ahead. Like, it's a lot of it is just for me, just staying on the table and being comfortable. Like, just, you know, I like to go to practice, but my workouts at home are probably more challenging for me at this time than table practices are. Like, I'm pushing hard. Like, normally it's like rehab, and I do try and make them kind of rehabilitative in terms of like volume in it, but
the weights are getting up there.
Is that because you can't find challenges at practice?
It's just it's tough, you know. Like, the thing is I don't want to get on an airplane that badly. I just don't want to. It's just, you know, it's a struggle for me to, like, I know that if I go, like, you know, find, like, you know, a stronger bunch of guys, which I know are out there if I get on an airplane. But the thing is every time I get on an airplane, my back gets typically a bit screwed up, and you know, there's the whole diet thing where I'm trying to eat and sleep like, you know, max. So
I think staying comfortable and just putting in the work over and over is going to be better than finding that one big effort. And I mean, we were just talking obviously to Todd last week, and he's going to be here in about 10 days and stuff.
There's a strong guy flying over to meet you. Come to us, but you'll be there.
But
for sure I'll be there.
But the point is the training styles and stuff, you know, very different. But one of the things we talked to him about, and that I think is like one of the keys to West Side and the conjugate method, is that it's supposedly, or the way that Louis tried to design it, is that it's a mixture of repetitive effort, max effort, and dynamic effort. And the point is that those are the three ways to get strong. And you're just, like, for you with where you're at, it's that repetitive effort, and you're just increasing that intensity now to where, like, he made a point at the end, which don't necessarily agree with. I mean, there's maybe some facet where it might be true, but he made a point that just because you can move the same weight more doesn't mean that you're necessarily stronger, because you might not necessarily be able to move more than that weight, you know? So, like, if you can move your max once and then maybe you can move it 3 times, if you still can't move more than that, you're not really stronger. You just have more work capacity. So there's some truth to that. But it is true that repetitive effort will build strength. So if you do that over time and just lay down the layers, it's going to work. And so it's just really interesting that you're finding, okay, like the table time, if you're not hitting huge practices one after another, you're not getting enough work, or you already did that enough that you maxed that out. your body adapted from that, and now you don't feel the practices the same way, so you have to up the weights in the recovery stuff to continue to feel that progress, you know?
It's very hard to practice the sport of arm wrestling and not get stronger with any method that you use. Like, as soon as you're on,
you mean on the table, right?
Yeah, on the table or whatever, even like rehabilitative style of training for arm wrestling, I think typically lends itself towards getting stronger. Like, I don't think that there's many training systems that a guy's going to do where he gets weaker.
Right.
You know?
No, for sure. 100%.
Like all things lead towards strength, basically. And you just kind of have to find the systems that, you know, give you the best payback over time. And volume is just such a huge piece for me. I need to do a lot. Like, I really do. Like, my body feeds off it. Like, I feel like the more I can just go all day and, you know, eat and sleep, the better my body adapts. So,
well, and people are different like that, right? That's the whole, like, some people don't do well with volume, but they do great with the max effort work,
right?
And vice versa, right? So it's like you said, you got to find what works for you and know it. And after you've been doing it for so long, you've really, like, and it continues to change for you, right? Like,
and you got to believe in your system. Whatever you're running, just believe in your system, because the truth is a lot of them work, especially if you believe in them.
100%. That was a big one I remember in powerlifting, was like, you don't try a program for fucking 6 weeks. You got to give it like 6 months. Like, if you're gonna try 5-3-1, or you're gonna try West Side, or you're gonna try you know, power building, whatever you're gonna try, you don't just try it for a little bit of time. You have to give it a whole bunch of time to actually, like, see what it does, you know, to actually get a judgment on it, because it takes time for your body to adapt and everything.
I'm running 2 experiments at the same time, right? So I got my pumpkin side and I got my party side, and they're both doing well. Like, both of them are good.
But wasn't that your plan in any way to begin with? That as you got closer to the competition, you would drop the volume a bit and then increase intensity. So you're kind of
the way I always do it.
Yeah.
I've been doing that style system for 20 years. Volume decreases, and intensity, you know, as long as I feel good and healthy, like, it doesn't decrease, certainly. So my reps will drop, my volume will drop. Typically I work high volume, high reps. So I'll do like 50 reps for a set. And, you know, like, as the weeks get closer, I'll go 40, 30, 10, 5, until, you know, close to the event, I'm just doing like, you know, 6 reps or so, not feeling any burn, just letting all my fast twitch fibers get back, you know.
So you're moving dynamic, like, fast in these movements?
I mean, I don't want to say that I move fast. I mean, probably a bit fast. I mean, nothing I do is that fast. But I mean, a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper, and just certainly not taxing the systems that I normally task. I let everything kind of come back to optimal health, right? That's the big thing. Like, I'm always beat down, right? Like, I'm training, like, you know, 3 times a day, typically pretty hard sessions. So I'm always beat down, and it's a process to get yourself back up to full functional. Like, it's, you know, it takes, for me personally, at my age, I think it takes like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you know, through that taper process, through that resting, so that your body is like, feels good, feels rested, feels like you can hit, feels like you want to hit, like you want to move fast, no pain, no inflammation, fresh.
Are all the movements that you've been doing still the same? Like the classic rise, cup, roll, pronation, supination, just the micro movements?
Yeah, pretty much the same stuff. Not a lot of change. I have over the course of, like, probably the last, I don't know, maybe last 5 months or so, maybe 4 months, there's one particular exercise that I've really become very fond of that I haven't done in the past. It's just a certain wrap along with a certain angle that I'm really thinking has incredible crossover to the table. Anyways, I'll share it at some point, but
Also, it's a secret for now.
yeah, it's different than what I've typically done in the past, but it's very subtle difference. But I do really like it.
It's a game of millimeters, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it is.
I've done a lot of tricep work.
Yeah.
A lot of grip work. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's always rise, cup, roll. Those are my big three, and I'll hit those constantly. Rise, cup, roll, rise, cup, roll.
Yep.
Supinate a little bit, grip definitely. Pronation is huge for me, and setting up my pronation. So the rising works together with pronation, works together with cup. That's how you get your hand control. And I think, that's everything. That's everything.
On that point, if you are so technically advanced as an arm wrestler, why do you need to arm wrestle so many times a week? Why don't you just focus on gaining strength?
Well, the real reason is probably just that I actually enjoy it. Like,
exactly.
I enjoy arm wrestling. It's really fun for me. And it's such an easy way to be motivated. Like, the weights don't motivate me. It's very easy for me to go to the club and play. Like, and I can work out with anybody. I can work out with kids, and I can get a good workout with kids. I can work out with amateurs. I can work out with women. To me, like, it's enjoyable. I like the activity. Me just getting super strong. Yeah, there's probably a lot to that. It might do me better, but what fun would that be? Seriously, it'd be like such a waste of time. Like, when I look back at my life, like, and I think of all the years that I've spent in the gym, none of that is like, oh, do I ever cherish those moments? No, I don't cherish those moments at all. But when I look back and I think about all the clubs that I've gotten to hang out with and all the people that I've touched, and yeah, man, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. I hate weights. They make me stupid. I don't like them at all.
A great answer. So someone posted in the chat, apparently the current rankings right now are LEVAN, Laletin, Chafee, Kardetsha, Gasparini, and then you, Devon. What do you think of these rankings?
I've talked about them a lot before. So there's a lot of unknowns with people who haven't faced each other. My biggest complaint about the whole thing is that they're